and welcome to HBO Max. I'm Makenna. Joining me as always is Brandon. Hi, Brandon. How are you today?
I'm doing all right.
That's
Been I've been getting back into the Magic the Gathering a little bit. McKenna, been playing a lot of that lately.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh, did something new happen with it, or is it just?
Well, there's always something new happen. Like a new set comes out like every 3 months or so.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, and I just been playing more.
Have you been playing just online or in person, or I don't know how easy it is to play in person?
So this is one of the reasons that it's been very difficult for me to stay in the Magic game is that it used to be back in the day I would go to the store all the time,
Right?
go play Magic cards. Yeah, pretty much every single day. But these days, I'm old. I don't want to leave the house. I don't feel like going somewhere all the time, and so I've had to like adopt online Magic, which has never really been my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've been playing more online.
That's exciting. It's very exciting. I have not touched Magic since I was in 7th grade, but I'm happy for you. We are continuing the month of February, or I guess the world continues the month of February. We don't control February. How cool would it be if we could? HBO Max calendar.
But we do continue the month of February. That is also true.
That is also true. This week we're doing the romance month. We did Titanic.
Titanic,
of course, yes.
Yeah.
Big movie. Big old movie, and I found that out as I was doing the facts and figures.
It's long. It's a long movie.
It is a long movie. It went by quicker than I thought it would, though. Oh, you're drinking a Barks root beer? Okay, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes, I am.
We're sidetracking. Okay. The 3 root beers. The 3 big root beers. Barks, Mug, A&W. How do you rank them?
Those are the big 3?
In my head.
Because there are other root beers.
There are other root beers, but like when I go to the store, I don't know if we have Dad's root beer.
What's the other one? What's the other one that comes in a bottle that's like fancy?
IBC? Is it that?
Well, IBC too, but there's another one as well. It's like a guy's name, I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of root beer options. But if we're gonna call that's the big 3, the ones you're getting in the cans, the massively produced.
Yes.
I would go from bottom to top. I would go Mug, A&W, Barks.
Interesting. I would switch A&W and Mug, but Barks is number 1. But Barks is always number 1. Always in front.
You do a lot of root beer floats?
I wish I did more. I want to get back into root beer floats.
They got the Red Robin out there?
Oh, yeah. They got bottomless root beer floats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why you love the Red Robin.
I get the speckled or freckled lemonade.
That's what my brother gets.
Comes in the fancy glass.
Mm-hmm.
My sister, there's a picture of me after I failed my driver's test the first time, of me staring longingly into the distance with 2 of these cups in front of me, and it looks like I was down bad that day. It was parallel parking, listen, okay? I haven't parallel parked since I got my license, but anyway. And my sister used it. That was on my cake for my birthday the next year. That showed up everywhere. My sister loves that picture. But I love freckled lemonade. I will suck down like 6 of those at least at a dinner. They're bottomless, man.
Yeah, they just give you as many as you want. It's pretty great.
Exactly. So yeah, maybe I should go back, get the root beer floats, get the fries. The fries are delicious. Got the bunny dust. The tower of onion rings.
Love it.
Love it. You got all your sauces. I don't know what I get as an entree. My dad would get the whiskey river wrap, and he would always mess it up and say whiskey wiva wrap. But it's... I need to go back.
I like just a good cheeseburger, you know?
They
gotta get fancy.
That is what they're known for, isn't it? Their burgers?
Yeah.
You know what I don't like, though? Because I have a fear of them, is the Red Robin mascot himself. Like, when the person dresses up like the Red Robin, they come to the event.
I've never seen that before.
Terrifying. I mean, he looks cool from a distance. He's got, like, usually the ones I've seen, he's, like, in a Hawaiian shirt and a lei and everything. But I just don't like mascots. They kind of freak me out. So I keep my distance. But he looks cool. He's the Red Robin. He's a Red Robin. I just realized that.
What?
I never made the connection. He's a robin. The bird.
Yeah.
I never made that connection. Robins have, like, gray on them, though.
It's a red robin.
I know that, but the red robins around here are, like, red and then they got some gray on them. I'm gonna have to look at some robins later on. But anyway, so we watched Titanic.
Yep. We watched Titanic.
We watched Titanic, and let me tell you some facts and figures for this movie.
Okay.
Which they're pretty widely known, at least the figures part, but, you know, we're talking about them anyway. Titanic was released December 19th, 1997, on a budget of $200 million in the box office. It is made, as of recording, $2.208 billion with a B dollars, but it's being re-released in theaters this weekend, so that will probably go up.
Is it third or fourth place?
It's third, Endgame, and then number 1 is Avatar. But number 4 is Way of Water, Avatar. I've
heard people say Way of Water might beat Titanic.
Yeah, from the way it's going, I think it. I read an article, or I saw a news article saying it's shooting up internationally in terms of the budget thing, or the box office. I'm doing like 3 things at once. Okay, cool. You got what I was trying to say. Because I'm trying to find it is. Oh, it's very close to being Titanic. Like $10 million. No, that's a lie. $6, $7, $8, $9 million away.
Well, it will be interesting to see, because Titanic is getting a theatrical re-release, which means it will move the number up a bit. I don't think it's going to make that much in this release.
I don't think it's going to take Endgame.
No, it won't. But it might push it back a week or two, whether or not Way of Water ends up catching it or not.
Yeah, that's... Oh boy, what an exciting time.
Yeah, James Cameron doing his thing.
James Cameron does things very well. Are you gonna watch the re-release of Titanic in the theaters this week?
I'm thinking about it. After watching it again today, I'm less excited to go see it in theaters.
Yeah.
Boy, is this movie long.
It's a long movie. Have you seen it in theaters? Or have you...
No.
Oh.
No, never saw it in theaters.
Experience. Yeah, I was telling you before the recording, I think my sister and my mother and I will be going. At least the 3 of us. Who knows? Maybe my grandma will show up. I don't know. Anyone could show up. But we're very excited. My sister in particular. She was a Titanic kid growing up. Did you know, were you the Titanic kid, or did you know the Titanic kid? Did you have a Titanic kid?
Define Titanic.
Like the kid in like 3rd grade who's obsessed with the sinking of the Titanic.
No, I didn't. I did not know a Titanic kid.
My sister does not read. She can read, but she hates reading. She has read books. She has books on the Titanic. That is like the one thing that she will read about. And that is like the one historical event that she is absolutely obsessed on. So if not for Titanic, the movie itself, we will be watching it for the boat.
Okay. Yeah, so let's see. So I can get, looks like only 3D tickets here.
That's what I saw too for over here.
On Thursday.
Man, that iceberg, man. Coming right at you.
Maybe. I mean, so it's supposed to be like there's going to be some like updated stuff with this. It's going to be in 3D. Maybe that'll be enough. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And I'm sure we'll talk about it next week if we do watch it.
Yeah.
In the theaters. We'll give an update. A Titanic update. This is the first film to reach the $1 billion mark and the $2 billion mark in the box office. And at the time, it was the most expensive film made. It is now the 48th most expensive film made. There's a bunch of movies now at $200 million budgets. It was nominated for record 14 Oscars and won a record of 11 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director.
Wow.
Big year. A lot of, I think it was like 14 out of the 17 categories they won that year.
Wow.
I should have seen which the three they didn't win. It's like when it was the highest grossing film of all time until Avatar. So James Cameron took down James Cameron. Did they, when that happened, did you know how like when a movie bumps the top grossing and then they've like the directors do like a cute little letter or whatever or an ad? Did James Cameron?
I don't believe James Cameron did anything. Because normally it's like when it originally started, it was Spielberg and George Lucas who are like, you know, very close friends.
Aww.
Congratulating each other essentially. I don't know if James Cameron felt the need to do it himself. It is weird that like he's the one who topped himself, because for a long time it felt like people thought it was insane that anything would ever beat Titanic in the box office because it made so much money.
Right.
It was you said it was the first to make $1 billion?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Boom.
Because like, yeah, I'm like scrolling down through like the billion section, and yeah, now it's like once a year a movie hits $1 billion.
Right.
Like it's like, and like some like just terrible, horrible movies will do it too. Like, I mean, I'm looking here, like the first Hobbit movie broke $1 billion.
Oh wow.
Every Transformers movie breaks $1 billion.
Did they really? That's
no. Jurassic Park lifetime gross went over a bill.
Okay.
That's interesting. I wonder if that must have been through like re-releases and stuff.
I would love to see Jurassic Park in theaters with surround sound.
Yeah, I bet that'd be pretty dope. But yeah, this movie just made so much money. It's ridiculous. It's still the third highest grossing movie of all time. It's so crazy.
Well, yeah, it was. I read that like when it was released on VHS, it was still in the theaters. Like, and it was still in the theaters for a long time. Like they had to replace. They had to send replacement reels because they had just worn out so much. Because they showed it a ton.
I asked my mom how many times that she saw it in theaters. She said that she saw it either 6 or 7 times in theaters. God. And she said like she didn't like, she wasn't that into the movie, but her sister was. Her sister just wanted to keep going, so she would always go with her sister. And so there's one theater around here in a town south of here called Corning that it's not even open anymore. I've only ever seen like 2 movies in the theater. It's a 1-screen movie theater.
Oh wow, okay.
And my mom says the only movie she ever saw there was Titanic because it was the last place to stop showing it.
Wow, that's awesome. I asked my mother if she saw Titanic because they would go, oh god, all through the 70s, 80s, 90s, because it was like $5 movie night on Tuesdays, or $1 depending on the decade. She did see Titanic. She saw. I mean, I think she only saw it once, but she saw a lot of movies. Like she saw Die Hard, which surprised me. But my family, that side of the family, loves movies. Maybe I should have asked my grandma how many times she saw Titanic. But the big movie.
It's also like it's crazy that it's the movie that made that much money.
I know, like it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed it.
It's good.
Like if I had known that that was the movie, I would have never guessed.
Yeah, like when you look at like every other movie that's like that high up, it's like, you know, it took Avatar Endgame to finally beat it without being Avatar, right? And so the culmination of like a 30-year movie series, Avatar, like the most mind-blowing movie that anybody ever seen at the time, and it was in like the 3D tickets were more expensive too, which is part of how it got there. And then just like every other movie on this list, it's like Jurassic Park, The Lion King, Spider-Man's, Star Wars's, and the Titanic is just there. A movie about a boat.
But the boat movie.
Like, it's why did people lose their minds over this movie?
Big old boat.
Big old boat.
Big old boat. Oh, this was probably no. I'm saving that fact for last because it was my favorite fact. In 2012, the MythBusters did an episode, and they found that Jack could have survived on the door.
Yep.
But James Cameron said no.
So this was interesting because when the last time Titanic got re-released, he put out a special at the beginning of it where they tested it, and they couldn't. But this time they're re-releasing it, and apparently they have again. James Cameron has again tested it out, and I believe in this one they do find a way that Jack would have survived on it.
Do we get BoneCon with the 20?
Yes, I believe that you get some BoneCon.
Hell yeah! I love BoneCon. I want to watch more about this movie, so I'm thrilled. I'm very excited. So, like, is it only going to be? Is this the only BoneCon, or like we're gonna get more behind the scenes? Like, do you usually get more?
I don't know.
I don't know how up to date you were with your 25th anniversary Titanic BoneCon.
Nothing's listed on the movie theater's website.
A surprise! Oh, I'm so excited. I swear to God, we better go see Titanic this weekend. I will drive. I will drive to go see Titanic, and I hate driving. I'll do it for the boat. Celine Dion, she originally didn't want to do My Heart Will Go On, but then her husband convinced her, and she recorded the song in one take, and the version that we heard in the movie is technically a demo, because that's the only time she did it.
That kind of makes sense, because so the soundtrack for this movie kind of changed the game, as well as this movie changed the game in a lot of ways. You know, the visual effects, all that stuff. But because My Heart Will Go On is actually it's just the theme of the movie with words put on it. So like they had the theme and they were like, what if we just like put some words to it, play that at the end credits, and then like movies were doing that for like the next like 5 years.
Damn, that's it's like what came first, the music or the lyrics? There was an actual Jay Dawson on the Titanic, Joseph Dawson. He was an Irish trimmer, and he is buried in Nova Scotia, in a cemetery. I forget the name of, with many of the other people who died from in the Titanic. And his grave is the most widely visited because of Jay Dawson.
Interesting.
J-Dog. And my favorite, I'm sorry, my favorite fact, the scenes that took place in 1912 totaled 2 hours and 40 minutes, which was the exact time it took for the Titanic to sink. When they hit the iceberg in the movie, it takes 37 seconds, which is the same time it happened in 1912. It all lines up. Wow. Well, not like it doesn't line up, but like it kind of lines up. The 2 hours 40.
That's pretty nuts.
That's so cool. I had to read it multiple times. Those are my facts and figures. Because a lot of the facts and figures were about the Titanic itself.
Oh,
so
really?
I just kind of had to filter through. Which, I mean, they were interesting, but like, they didn't really give me much about the movie.
Yeah.
Although Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio did learn to polka.
Really?
Do you know how to polka?
No.
Oh.
Do you?
Kinda. I've never done it in like a professional manner, but I know how to. You gotta pump. See, I come from my great aunt. She plays the accordion, Jenny.
Okay.
So she'll break out the accordion at big old family gatherings, and people will polka. Not me. I'll watch the polka, but my mother did teach me at one point. Big polka family.
Okay.
You know, that is the state dance of Pennsylvania, the polka.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I thought it was good. Do you know the state dance of California? I'll look it up.
No.
Most of it, a lot of states is square dancing, which is what I thought Pennsylvania's would be until I remembered polka existed. State dance. Let's see here. How do you spell California? There it is. It is square dancing.
Huh.
Can you
We learned how to square dance. We learned how to square dance in school.
I swear, everyone else learned how to square dance in school. We didn't, though. And I feel like we really missed out. I want to learn how to square dance.
You're not missing much.
Got a promenade, a do-si-do. Do the thing and you're in the... I don't know. I watch it on TV sometimes.
I mean, this was like 3rd grade, so I don't remember it that well.
We watch it when it's a farm show and it's on TV. So it's one day a year that we watch unless you watch the tractor square dancing, which is a little different, but I don't think they teach that one in schools. Something else.
No, probably not.
What were your thoughts on Titanic?
Pretty dope movie.
Yeah.
Bit long. I had to take a nap in the middle of it.
When did you take the nap? What part?
Oh, it was after the... it wasn't right after the dancing sequence, but like after that.
Mm-hmm. Right. So like before they hit the iceberg?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty decent. It's before
Which
the iceberg.
I believe that's pretty much where the first VHS stops after they hit the Titanic.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to watch it on VHS. My grandma's got them. So I should snag those because that seems like an experience. Because was that like one of the first movies to be on 2 VHSs like that?
First one that I remember being like. There's no way it was like the first, right? Because this movie's 3 hours 16.
Yeah.
There were long movies before, right? So like there would have had to have been some other like double VHSs, but Titanic was the first that I ever had.
Yeah, I think that's first and really the only that I can think of. Double VHSs. Movies, here we go.
Gone with the Wind, Lawrence of Arabia, The Great Escape, Sound of Music, The Godfather.
I've forgotten. Yeah, The Godfather is 3 hours. That will do it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. What a time. VHSs. What a time to be alive. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know about essentially anything outside of like I didn't know about the present day scenes.
Like the framing device?
Yeah. Because they started it. I was like, the boat's already sunk.
Yes.
What's happened? Because I knew I've seen, of course, the gif of like it's been 84 years or whatever, and I just always assumed that. I don't know how that fit in, but I just thought that was at the end, and it was just like, oh, here's a quick little thing. Here's Rose now, but I mean, it's in the beginning.
Yep.
I think they do it pretty well.
I think it's a really good way to hook the audience into the story, especially one where it's the ending is, a thing everybody know has already happened.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to not try to like they do try to like subtly weave in some of like the dramatic tension, like when they talk about the lifeboats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's much better to start off being like, look, the boat sunk, okay? We know that you know.
That's what when I told my mom I was watching it, she goes, it sinks at the end. I was like, thanks. Great, thanks for the spoiler.
No, it doesn't sink at the end. It sinks in the 3rd act. The ending is something totally different. The ending is an old lady throwing a necklace into the ocean.
Oh, the necklace. Oh my god, yeah. um. Oh.
I don't think James Cameron probably would have made this movie if it didn't have like the opening and closing parts of it.
Yeah, because I think that's how he just wanted to go see it, I think was the thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
You just need money.
It is a combination of a couple things. Like one, he was essentially like building computer like CGI effects. Like he was like the pioneer of that as far as film directing. Because like in the movie Abyss, they have some like water people that are like they meet an alien that it looks like it's made of water, and they use they had to use CGI. You can't make a puppet or anything that looks like water. And so that was like a huge push forward for CG. And then like he did the Liquid Metal Terminator and Terminator 2, which was like building off of the same stuff. And so he was pushing computer generated effects like way past what anybody else had really been working with.
Mm-hmm.
And so to like do a full scale set of this boat was like, that like there are like a couple scenes in Jurassic Park that have CGI dinosaurs in them. That was like the peak of CGI before Titanic, right?
What?
Like you didn't have like a full set that was CGI.
Mm-hmm. So, the Titanic. How is it like in two pieces underwater?
Yeah, it's split
right.
in, well, not in half, but like
it's pretty much. So, that's a big boat. How far down is it? Do you know offhand how far down the Titanic is?
Pretty far. I mean, they had to invent like new stuff to be able to go down there and look at it.
Yeah, because I felt like the pressure was.
Yeah, like
really
like in the movie,
like
they talk about it, like the only reason they were able to get down there is because they're sending remote operated pods and stuff down there. Like they at this point they weren't even able to like take a ship down there to like look at it. Let's see. Can I figure out how deep into the ocean this boat is? Okay, you talk about something else while I look this up.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the Titanic itself. Titanic took off from Southampton, England, where good friend of the show, Tom Dack, is from. And I realized that in the last year or so, and I freaked out to him. I was like, Tom, that's where the Titanic is. That's where it took off from. I don't think he was as excited as I was, but that's okay. But I think it was built in Liverpool. At least that's what it said on the Titanic in the movie. That's what I'm assuming. Southampton. And I think we should on our trips. We're going international, baby.
Yeah, we'll go. Well, we're already going to space, so I think a trip to England's, not quite as a big a trip. Or if anything, we're scaling it down.
Right. If we want to scale it back up, let's go see the Titanic then.
Oh yeah. So the Titanic is 2,100 fathoms, or about 12,500 feet below water.
Oh, great. So should we go down to see if we can go see the Titanic?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, water scares me. Like, at least with space, like, once you breathe the wrong air, like, you're done. Like, there's...
wrong air? That's what you think is there in space?
Okay, nothing. Whenever you breathe nothing in space.
It's just the wrong air.
With water, I don't want to drown.
No, that'd be rough.
Yeah, I don't like that. But like the water parts in this movie, which I realize is like half the movie, scared the shit out of me the entire time. Like, you don't fuck around with water.
The second half of this movie is so dope.
Oh, it's dope. It's
what a genius idea for a movie. And like nothing has ever really done this again. But like, yeah, the first half is just a love story. It's like a regular, just like Victorian era, like Jane Austen. Poor guy falling in love with a rich lady. And then the second half of this movie is a fucking badass disaster movie with action sequences. And oh my God, it's so cool.
So good. Like, there's so many emotions happened. Like, roller coasters of high emotions. Like, and it was really interesting seeing how, like, the tension kind of built as more and more people learned about, like, oh shit, we're going down. And like when Rose and Jack go to initially be like, yo, we hit an iceberg, and like then they frame Jack, or it's like there's just a pause, but like no, there's water, dog. Like, you gotta leave now. Also, I want to hit the dude in the fiance in the face. Like,
Billy Zane?
Billy Zane, I want to punch him in the nose. He's an ass.
He's having a movie, you know?
He's great, but like, which is exactly why I want to punch him in the nose.
I have a child!
It's just like, bro, come on, man.
It's great.
I love Kathy Bates though. She was.
Oh
good.
yeah, she's excellent in this film.
So good.
Everybody's doing a pretty good job. Kate Winslet's accent isn't great.
No, it's not.
Which she has talked about, and I believe that there's like reasons for why it's so bad. But yeah, other than that, like pretty much everything else is pretty great.
Like, you can really tell, like, when she's yelling out is like, oh, she's not American. She's the character though, Rose. She's from Philadelphia, according to Wikipedia. I know.
Oh, they mentioned it in the movie.
They do. Yeah, they did mention it in the movie, which I forgot about right now. I know about Philadelphia. I was gonna say something about Jack, but I don't know. He's there. He's hanging out. He's doing the thing.
Yeah, he's. I mean, look, none of the characters in this movie are that interesting. The plot's not that interesting. There's really not much going on. It's just like a dope movie.
Yes. Like, you could have finished it out if it wasn't the Titanic. If it was a boat that didn't sink, you could have finished it in an hour and a half, happily ever after. Jack and Rose are married and great. But no. It's water time, dog. Like, and
once this movie gets going, it really gets going.
And it goes fast. Like, you better be paying attention because you're gonna miss some, like, what's happening.
They came up with so many like cool escape from a boat ideas.
They did. And it did, like, once you thought they topped it, no. They did more.
Oh yeah.
Which made it really sad. Like, I did tear up many times because, like, oh, these poor people. Like, how far out were they? Like, were they like towards the middle when it sank, or like were they close to New York?
I believe they were like 370 miles away from land.
Damn. Oh, that sucks. So, like, would they have gotten there in the next, I guess, day or two? I don't know how fast boat.
I don't know.
Boat
Yeah,
goes.
I don't know. I don't know anything about boats.
I mean, they were going fast, so I mean, I don't. The dude who built the Titanic, God bless his soul. The actor looks so familiar. I thought he was.
He's the dad in Jumanji.
I've never seen Jumanji.
You ever seen Jumanji?
No.
Okay, let me figure out what else he's in then.
Because I gasped when he first was on scene, because I thought he was Hugh Bonneville from Downton Abbey. He's not Bonneville.
Jonathan Hyde is his name.
Jonathan.
He's Richie Rich's dad or butler. He hasn't been in a whole lot. He's just like a character actor who I recognize from stuff, you know?
I'm thinking the wrong dude. No,
He's
not
in The
him.
Mummy.
Not him. Forget I said him. The
Okay.
dude, I thought it was him. It's not him. The dude who, because I didn't tear up at this. I didn't. Not God rest this dude's soul. God rest the guy who with the clock at the end that like Rose says goodbye to, and he just sort of stayed there and like
Who is that?
because I read no, not him. Hold on. Thomas Andrews, Victor Garber, the ship's builder.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay. So the guy who I thought it is, he's like in charge of like the company. He's not the actual guy who built the boat.
Okay.
Because he kept talking about like, oh yeah, we built this boat. I want to see how fast it is. I named it the Titanic because I got a small penis or whatever the joke is. So which guy is this?
Victor Garber. Victor Garber is Thomas Andrews, the ship's builder.
Oh yeah, this guy is in this guy's in all kinds of stuff. He's in we watched it Sleepless in Seattle. He's in Sleepless in Seattle.
That might be
Remember?
Yes, I think that is.
Is that right? Am I right about that?
I think.
Isn't he the friend in? Yeah, he's the friend in Sleepless in Seattle. He does the Dirty Dozen thing with. Yeah, it's that guy.
This is why I know him. Yep, you're spot on. But yeah, I thought he was Hugh Bonneville for a hot sec. And then I realized it's not.
I don't know. Am I familiar with Hugh Bonneville? I'm not.
He's in Paddington. And he's in Downton Abbey.
So I haven't watched any of these.
We should do the Downton Abbey movie.
We have to do the Downton Abbey series first. I haven't watched it.
No. We're going right in.
The movie?
This is my time. So you had Star Trek month, where I got to ask you all the questions. Now we're doing Downton Abbey episode, where you ask me all the questions.
It's gonna be so weird. Just like the series that is like the movie that tops off like the final season of a series. It's like if we go do like we just review the final season of MASH.
Yes.
Like who's that for?
It's not even like because there are two movies that came out. Now, if we had done this last year around now, we could have done it in time for the second movie's release. But we're just... I do think we're going on Downton Abbey tangent now because I love that series. The first movie is way better than the second movie. The second movie was good, but it was not very good. The first movie's great. The king and queen come to Downton Abbey, Brandon. Like, this is a big deal. And Imelda Staunton's in it, so.
No, is it? It takes place in England, right?
It does.
It
actually, the first episode, I'm going to tie it all back in. The first episode takes place when they find out the Titanic sank because the heir.
Oh, yes, I've heard that.
The heir to the Crawfords. No. Is it the. Oh my god, I can't remember. Is it the Crawfords? No. Yes. Crawley. You're absolutely right. I'm thinking.
I'm just at the Wikipedia page.
That's smart. The Crawleys was on the Titanic. So then, this is how the series starts, okay?
Okay.
They're on the Titanic. They die. They don't know who's next to inherit because Hugh Bonneville had 3 daughters. And because this is 1910s England, they can't inherit shit. So, who's the next of kin? Or not next of kin. Next in line is this random lawyer in the middle of England who's middle class and has never been in the upper class, who's never had a butler. So he comes in and they're like, all right, you got to marry your cousin so that Hugh Bonneville's daughter can inherit some stuff when he dies. This whole thing. I won't spoil what happens. Because, like, there's, like, 10 things that happen in each episode. So, like, It's great.
Have you seen Gosford Park?
No. What is that?
It's a movie by the guy who made Downton Abbey. Pretty good movie.
Joy Pillows.
It's a little mystery movie.
Love a good mystery movie.
With yeah, I've heard that it's very, very like similar to Downton Abbey, which is a bunch of like English lords and ladies sitting around talking. So yeah, you should watch Gosford Park. It's pretty dope.
Okay, I will. Yes, well, maybe we should have like a month where we just watch a bunch of movies with like 1920s English royalty. Or does it?
What genre is that?
It's a good question. We could do it in like May. May seems like a very royal month. And I'm not just saying that because it's my last name. It's like, you got May Day. You got Mother's Day in America. Not that that's going to matter when we do a whole on English royalty, but... but, that's when the coronation is, I think.
Oh, really?
It is. I think. I think it is. When does Charles get coronated?
I feel like that should have happened already.
It's May 6th, because that's what I thought whenever I saw the notification when the Queen passed away, and it's like, oh yeah, Charles ain't getting coronated till May. And I was like, that's absurd. That's months from now. That's almost a whole year. So I don't know the significance of or why it's
what's the deal with the Jubilee now? When's that happening?
I don't know. When does the Jubilee happen? Jubilee happen. That's a good question. Was it the thing that happened last year?
Well, because there's the Queen's Jubilee happened every year, right?
Oh, I think so. Because the Platinum Jubilee was last year, because that was 70 years. So does that happen? Oh no! How often does Jubilees happen? Every 25 years.
25 years, really?
I thought it was every year.
Maybe I'm just thinking about her birthday.
Maybe.
Do you know what Jubilees like? Because like the Jubilee comes from like the Roman Empire.
Oh really?
Like do you know what the Roman Jubilees were?
No.
The emperor would forgive everybody's debt.
Wow, that's nice of him.
He would just buy all the debt.
Wow.
He would just clean all the debt.
Was that like once a year? Like was that every few years?
So it used to be like whenever they would like do something or like whenever like a momentous occasion and the king wanted to like really celebrate and get people to be like super, they would do a Jubilee.
Huh. Go figure.
Yeah. And I guess like the period of time when like the Roman emperors were like switching like all the time, like you get a new emperor every month or so. Apparently, like it was just a constant parade of like every time there was a new emperor, there was a Jubilee, and they like it did something like fucked up the economy because the debt kept getting forgiven every couple of years.
That'll do that. That'll get you. Oh, what a time to be in Roman era.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I was gonna say now. Never mind. We have in the town where I'm from, we do have a Jubilee parade every year, but I don't really know what that celebrates. Where do I live? That's where I live. Yeah, Jubilee Day. The 92nd edition. Oh, this was last year. So this year, it'll be the 93rd edition of the largest, longest running one-day street fair on the East Coast, in parentheses, maybe the country.
We don't know. We haven't checked.
We don't know. Attracting up to 70,000 attendees. You don't want to go in that area on Jubilee Day. It doesn't say why we have it though. That's okay. Those are the sponsors. Coca-Cola sponsors it. Not the Coca-Cola. That's a lie. I'm sorry. I lied. Um, yeah, I don't know why we have it, but we do. And that's Pennsylvania. We got Farmers Fair. We got Punxsutawney Phil. Happy Groundhog Day. Belated Groundhog Day, by the way. We got Jubilee Day.
Well, there you go.
Did you was Groundhog Day a big deal? Where like growing up, where you're from?
I mean, they talk about it on the news, and then we would talk about it at school, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no, it wasn't like a holiday. Like we didn't do like a celebration or anything.
Yeah. So maybe it was Pennsylvania then.
Well, yeah, you guys have the groundhog.
We have the groundhog. That's that was really fun. I'm gonna circle back to Tom again. I got to explain to him what Groundhog Day was, and he could not believe it. The groundhog predicts our weather.
How did they get that grift going?
I have no idea.
Cause they're talking about that on the news in California. This local tradition from Pennsylvania. How did they convince the entire country that this was like something that we needed to pay attention to? What a groundhog did in their town.
And not even a big town. It's Punxsutawney. This is like in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. Punxsutawney Phil canon. No, that's not. Okay, no, that's folklore. No. We need. Okay. No, this isn't. I don't know. You can talk more about Titanic while I try to figure out what the hell Punxsutawney Phil did to his marketing. I need to see about his marketing team.
Well, it's just like what are there other holidays like that I'm just like not thinking of? Like such a small like microcosm of a thing needs to be a holiday. Like every other holiday, it's the Easters, it's the Christmases. I don't even think like we have local holidays around here. At least I can't remember any off the top of my head. Because like there wasn't a Groundhog Day before them, right? They invented the holiday, right?
I think yes.
Because like why would anywhere else have a Groundhog's Day? None of us have the groundhog that's supposed to matter. Also, like you probably didn't have this experience in school, right? But like because you live in Pennsylvania or whatever. But like because they would say it I'd be at school and they would say, "Oh, it's Groundhog's Day. The groundhog sees his shadow. He goes back in." I was like, "What groundhog?" You keep saying the groundhog, and I was like, "It's not like all the groundhogs. You're saying the groundhog. Who's the groundhog?" Well, like I didn't know that there was this one specific groundhog in Pennsylvania. I don't think anybody did.
So we've got. What if I told you we actually have 2 famous groundhogs in Pennsylvania?
2.
So we've got Punxsutawney Phil. The second one's not a real groundhog. So the Pennsylvania State Lottery, their mascot is a groundhog, Gus. Gus the groundhog. And on all the commercials, he's it's forever. Since however long, like since my parents were growing up. And he's marketed as the second most famous groundhog in Pennsylvania. And he's in all the Christmas ads. his advertisement is keep on scratching because he's got to get the lottery tickets.
His Q rating would have to be much higher than Punxsutawney Phil's, right?
It must be.
Because like if I held up a picture of just a groundhog, would you know if it was Punxsutawney Phil or not?
Absolutely not. No.
No, like if we held up a picture, you would just be like, "That's a picture of a groundhog." You wouldn't know which groundhog.
Right.
So I mean, so you can recognize this other groundhog by sight.
Yeah, he's in a sweater.
So the Q rating has to be significantly higher.
It's gotta be.
So he should be the most famous groundhog in Pennsylvania.
Punxsutawney Phil needs to. Okay, I need to read you some of these. Okay, so I'm on groundhog.org.
Okay.
Punxsutawney Phil. Punxsutawney Groundhog Club. Established 1887. Phil FAQ. Okay. Um, these are amazing. These are amazing. This might be why Gus is the second most famous groundhog in all of Pennsylvania. How many Phils have there been over the years? There has only been one Punxsutawney Phil. He has been making predictions since 1886. Punxsutawney Phil gets his longevity from drinking the elixir of life, a secret recipe. Phil takes one sip every summer at the groundhog picnic. And it magically gives him 7 more years. Does Phil have a wife? Yes. Her name is Phyllis. She doesn't receive the elixir of life, so she will not live forever.
What? What? Why write that into the story? Wait, so Phil is just gonna let his wife die? This is canon in the story. Because Phil is the one making the immortal liquid juice. What?
Let's see. Can we find out? No. Okay. I was gonna say, oh, it's a secret recipe.
Well, yeah. So he would have to know like nobody else would be able to make it for him, right?
He's got to be. I mean, he's lived longer than all the people. Let's see. Oh, we can see Phil. We can add Punxsutawney to our road trip. You can see Phil every day. There's a viewing window from the outside. We cannot pet him, though. We unfortunately cannot. He is a wild animal, and the only ones that are permitted to touch him are his handlers. Let's see. I haven't read this. What does Phil do in his spare time? He enjoys a good book and reading the daily newspaper. He spends time with the inner circle and making appearances. He often visits schools, participates in parades, attends professional sporting events as a guest of honor, and meets fans all across the world that come to see him. He takes a groundhog bus. Oh my god, we can request a Phil appearance.
See, this is what I'm saying. This is a grift. This is a grift these people are running, and they convinced the entire country that this is a thing. So,
I cannot find a straight answer for why this is.
Okay, so I went to the Groundhog Day Wikipedia page, Mac. Okay, and this holiday does have origins that go beyond the Groundhog Day. Okay.
Whoa.
So it's a Pennsylvania Dutch thing, is what it said, right?
Dutch?
So the Pennsylvania Dutch were immigrants from German-speaking areas of Europe, and the Germans had a tradition of marking Candlemas, February 2nd, as Badger Day. On which, if a badger emerged from its den, encountering a sunny day, thereby casting a shadow, it presaged 4 more weeks of winter.
Interesting. Huh.
And so it's just been adopted from that. I haven't had time to read this entire. It apparently has something to do with Candlemas. I don't know. Apparently I didn't know that was a date that was important. February 2nd.
I didn't either. It's important now.
But like, I'm trying to figure, like, was there like an ad campaign that like?
There had to be something. Like, when did Phil blow up?
That's what I'm saying. When did this become a thing that we care about on the West? Because I'll tell you, Makenna, not a lot of Dutch people out here.
we have.
Well, the movie kind of like. Perhaps the movie was the thing that like took it
But like,
off, right?
what prompted them to make the movie?
Well, like if you're like a screenwriter from Pennsylvania and you're like, oh, there's this fucking weird ass thing these people do out here in Pennsylvania. We should put that in a movie.
Insane. Like, we should get Phil on the podcast. Maybe
you think he's got much to say?
No, because I think all he can do is predict the weather. I mean, it says, how often is Phil's prediction correct? 100% of the time, of course.
Well, yeah. I mean, winter is a word with a pretty broad definition.
Oh,
so
yeah, no, it's the same thing. Because it's either 6 more weeks of winter or spring is right around the corner. And by right around the corner, 6 more weeks.
6 weeks.
It's never. It's always the same. I remember when I realized this. Because I was in middle school. And I was thinking it was right around Groundhog's Day. And I was thinking, how does he know? But then I did the math in my head. And I was like, it's always the same amount of time every single year. Because I remember when it was right around the corner. And it's like, man, this is taking a damn long time for spring to happen. It was cold for a while. And guess what? It was 6 freaking weeks. It's a lot.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're just gonna say like, you know, it warmed up quicker than usual. But it's still winter though. You still, you know.
Exactly.
The definition is, you know, it's sort of just a made up thing. It's a grift. They're making so much money off of this shit.
They absolutely. You could do.
See, that's what we need to be doing on the podcast. We need to come up with a good grift. McKenna.
What is our Punxsutawney Phil?
Yeah.
We got to figure that out. And that's how we go. We could have our own day.
We could.
Our own movie with Bill Murray and
That'd
Andy
be great.
McDowell.
Yeah.
I want a movie with Andy McDowell.
We gotta start grifting these people, okay?
Mm-hmm. We do.
Because like we know that they're dumb enough to listen to this podcast. So we can trick these people into giving us money.
Gotta figure it out. We gotta talk to our marketing team, which is us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Watch out. 2023, the year of HBO Max. And if it's not this year, then it'll be 2024. Every year is the year of us.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Just like 6 more weeks.
Yes, that's our thing. Exactly. It never stops. It never stops. Give me more thoughts on Titanic.
Oh, it's pretty sweet when it's all the way up in the air, huh?
It is. It really is. It's like an amusement park
dope.
ride. I mean, it's deadly, but like it's almost
Yeah,
like
they're hanging on, and then the one guy falls off the thing and he smacks the. Yeah, it's so sweet.
That sound hurt my back. Like that.
It's the best part of the movie. It's so cool. That's the thing I love about James Cameron is that like he always puts something like that in the movie. That's just like no other director, like Spielberg's not doing that. Nobody else would put like yeah, you do like the implied deaths, you see people falling off, but no, that's not what James Cameron has. One dude you see fall off and smack a thing on the way down, and you just like, oh my god, that's gotta hurt so bad. That's gotta be so bad.
It's like it's not something everyone can relate to, but it's like you've smacked into a table before. Like the audience knows what's happening. Yeah.
So cool.
I realized that I knew more references than I thought I knew from this movie. Because I was like, oh, I've heard that before, but I never realized, oh, it's Titanic. Titanic time.
Titanic time.
Titanic time.
Yeah.
A big time. Good movie. Watch it.
Solid movie, yeah.
Watch it this weekend.
Yeah, go to see it in theaters.
Go see it in theaters. See it in 3D. Okay, I haven't seen a 3D movie in a while. This is my last tangent, I promise. Do they still have the glass? Okay, I know they have the glasses, but like, do they have like
James Cameron is working on glassesless 3D right now.
Wow.
He's putting a lot of money into trying to figure out how to do that.
Amazing.
That's going to be the movie that finally beats Avatars. If he ever gets that figured out,
yeah.
He's going to put that out 3D with no glasses. That's going to be the most successful movie of all time.
I can't even begin to think about how you can do that.
They've got some leads. Like, did you? I mean, you had a 3DS, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That fucking blew your mind the first time, huh?
It did.
And then like a year into it, you forgot that it even existed.
Oh, I
and you never
hated
turned it back on because it gives you a headache.
Yep.
But that first time you do it, you're like, holy shit.
It is. I'm not going to turn it on because it's not going to show up well on camera. But yeah, I've got a 3D game in right now. And every once in a while, I turn the 3D on for like maybe a minute and I'm like,
just to remember that it's actually pretty fucking nuts that they did that.
Maybe they're working with Nintendo. Big old 3D.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to work something like that or be like some kind of like weird like multiple projector thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but he's working on that, and he seems to think that there's like it's worth putting a lot of money towards it.
Wow.
So.
Oh, and do you think it'll be ready for the next Avatar whenever that comes out?
No, it's gonna be like Avatar 5 or something.
I forgot how many freaking. How old is James Cameron? Like, is he?
He's not that old. Like, he's not Spielberg. Like, he's like the generation of guys who came after Spielberg and all that. He's got to be a bit younger.
Okay. So, like, okay. He should be around. I'm excited now. I'm excited for 3D, the 3D glassesless 3D. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm excited just to see a movie in a theater again.
When was the last time you went to a movie in a theater?
December 2019. I saw Little Women.
Wow.
Yeah, I wanted to go see Top Gun, and I don't know why I didn't. I should have, because I
should have. That movie was pretty dope.
That's what I heard. I want to go see a 4DX movie.
I'm not super into the 4DX thing. I haven't tried it, but like there used to be like I want to say it was at the Six Flags here in Northern California that they had, or maybe it was Great America, one of them. They had a 4DX theater there.
Oh.
That would like this was like they were like trying to sell the idea of 4DX back in the day. And so like it wasn't you got to see an actual movie, it was like pre-made stuff.
Oh,
and like Disney had some other very similar stuff that they were working on that they used to play in one of the Disneyland parks. And it's just like it never does it for me.
Right.
It's weird. I don't like it.
I imagine you'd be pretty drenched if this movie was in 4DX.
Oh yeah.
They just dump buckets on you. It's the way it goes.
Yeah, when there's. I remember like when they were doing like the swimming scenes and stuff, trying to like hold my breath through all this.
Oh God, yeah. I thought about that too. I did suck in a breath because I was like, let's see.
They're swimming for a long time.
They are insane. I could never. Strong swimmers. Don't want to brace them. Titanic, baby.
Titanic. James Cameron just
on the show.
What a director. I love the guy.
He's amazing.
He doesn't make bad movies.
I have to go see.
Like Avatar's not great, but I wouldn't call it a bad movie.
I think this was my first James Cameron movie.
Really?
I think so. Let me look at his filmography real quick.
Well, it still is weird that you haven't seen Avatar.
I know. I should probably do
It's so weird to talk to somebody who like one of these movies comes out and like the one person that you ever meet who's like, no, I never saw it. Yeah, it's like the most successful movie of all time, but I never saw it. Like how?
I never saw it. This is. I should probably do that.
It's like when somebody says they didn't see Avengers Endgame. I'm like, how? How did they make it? Like everybody saw that movie. That's how it made that much money.
Yeah,
how are you like the one person who didn't go see it?
Who I know it couldn't be me.
I'm actually surprised at how many people I meet though. haven't seen
I haven't seen it.
Endgame.
I haven't seen it.
Like Titanic is one of the ones where like it's much rarer to like meet like an older person,
Right.
like a Gen Xer,
Yeah.
and like who didn't see Titanic. Like it's like literally, it seems like every single person saw that movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, whereas Avengers Endgame was a bunch of weird nerds who kept seeing it over and over again.
A lot of weird nerds. Yeah, I should
like James Cameron's movies tend to make a lot of money just because people like have their minds blown and like they want to keep going back to see how crazy something was, or like you know, for apparent like this is just a weird thing. Like fucking people thought the love story in this was just like so good, and like it's fine, right? Like it's but it's not like
it's happened before.
Like Rose and Jack are barely characters. Like they are mostly just vessels to keep a plot moving. And yeah, like they're super basic characters stuff. But people were like so enamored by like the love story, and it's probably because Jack dies.
Yeah.
Like I can't really think of like a romance movie that pulled a trick like that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Like now it's because that's like fucking Colleen Hoover's whole deal is killing people at the end of the book or whatever.
I don't get it. I've never read any of her books,
like the Notebook and shit, where it's always just at the end one of them's gonna die, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's just ripping off. I bet she saw Titanic and was like, "Oh, this shit's genius."
I'm gonna do that. Damn, yeah, it's devastating. That's certainly a way to rip your heart out. It's like you get
I think that's part because I can't think of like a big movie that did it before this that I can remember.
Yeah, so I was wondering.
So like maybe that was part of it, but also just like the movie fucking rips. It's awesome. At the end when everything's going down, it's just like I want to go see that again. That was awesome.
Yeah, I want to, between now and this weekend, because I've made the executive decision, I'm seeing this movie in theaters, whether anyone comes with me or not. Campbell's going to come with me. But I want to read more about the Titanic, the history, and the people I've heard
like hit and miss things as far as like the, you know, like how accurate this movie is as far as like everything goes, like the dress style, what it looked like on the inside. I've heard some really good things. I've heard some like, you know, it's like, you know, whatever. It's bullshit made up movie. But like I know that like a lot of like the characters are like real people and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I read too. So
yeah,
I gotta read up, maybe borrow some of my sister's.
I think Billy Zane's a real person.
Oh
yeah. Actually, you know what? You know what? No, I actually know a thing about this. Which is that like the dude who they make Billy Zane like a huge asshole in this, right?
Yeah.
And apparently like the real life guy was actually like a really good dude.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I gotta try to find this guy. What's his name in this?
It's Cal. That's all I've got. Calcium. No, I have nothing.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't have a blue check mark. So like is this guy based on a real dude?
The Wikipedia page did like break up. Let's see. Oh, Matthew McConaughey. It was originally offered to Matthew McConaughey, and Rob Lowe on the record has pursued it.
There's some screen tests that you can find of like they had somebody else playing Jack before.
Wow.
Leo, where they did screen tests and stuff, and it needed to be Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, I don't think I could imagine anyone else being him.
I can't find an article about. I gotta because this is from an old Cracked article, which is like, you know, everything. So I'd have to track down the old article. But I can't seem to find anything just by Googling who Cal is supposed to be in real life.
Yeah, I don't know. We gotta go investigate.
Yeah, but Billy Zane's dope.
I've heard his name a bunch. He was in something else. I mean,
he's in a few other things. He never really got going to heights past the bad guy in Titanic. He was the Phantom in the movie The Phantom.
Oh.
Apparently he's like a random like character in Back to the Future.
Oh.
Like just like a background character who appears a couple times, I guess.
Interesting. We should do a Back to the Future month.
Those movies are sick.
Oh.
This is the thing though. It's hard to do trilogies when we do months.
True. Yeah.
4 weeks, 3 movies. What do you do?
What do we do? Downton Abbey.
We're doing Back to the Future month and also a Downton Abbey movie.
We could do the Family Ties movie. Let's see. I'm just going through Billy Zane's Wikipedia page.
Tombstone. He's in Tombstone. Right. He's the actor in Tombstone.
Oh.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of actors in Tombstone.
I was gonna say.
His character is an actor. Like he plays an actor. He's the actor from Tombstone.
He's an actor playing an actor.
Yeah. He's not just the actor from Tombstone.
No. And with that,
That's actually if you watched, I don't know if you've seen Tombstone, all one guy. Every character is Billy Zane.
Billy Zane. That's what Back to the Future. 1, 2, and 3. Tombstone.
Tombstone, yeah.
This is gonna be. This is our new thing. Where it's Back to the Future and then some other random movie. Do you have any closing thoughts that you want to present?
I'm glad that James Cameron's movies make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty sweet. He puts a lot of work into them.
Yeah, he does.
He pretty much never phones anything in. Like every single thing in all of his movies looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
He does make movies that are just like broadly appealing. Like this movie.
Mm-hmm.
This movie's out there checking boxes. You know, it's making sure it's got your Leonardo DiCaprio, like the hot actor at the time, just like right at like as he's about to hit the peak of his career. You put him in the movie with another actress who's like right about to hit the peak of her career. Barely any plot. Like it's the same formula that made Avatar so like successful too. Like who cares about the plot? Just like make the movie really good. Just like make it look good on screen. Make the sound really good. Make like all the action pieces really cool. And then just like who cares about the story? Just that's filler. It's like making like a super like really nice car with like the best engine, like the fastest car, but it just looks like shit. Like it looks like just like a broken down VW bug. That's like the plot surrounding the engine of a movie that these are.
That was beautiful. What a great metaphor. I don't know where we can go from there. Brandon, where can people find you?
On Twitter, TikTok, all the Twitch, all the T's.
Oh, the T's.
Yeah, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, the T's. There you go. At Jose Ruckus on everything. Sorry, I kind of broke my brain on the last thing.
It's amazing. Follow the show at HBO Max, HBO Maks on Twitter, the 1 T, and it's got 3 T's. It's all 3. It all connects. Go to anchor.fm/HBO Max if you want to find it on other places. It's on pretty much everywhere. Spotify.
And the YouTube.
In the YouTube. YouTube.com/@HBO Max. We are 6, 7, 8, 36 subscribers away from getting our own custom. I mean, we have a custom URL, but like we can get like an
YouTube changed the URL thing. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. So subscribe, so we don't have to have the @ sign in our URL.
Yeah.
Comment or like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment. Brandon, what should people comment this week?
I don't know. This week they should comment. What's the best boat? What's your favorite boat?
Do you have a favorite boat?
The HMS Surprise.
I don't think I'm familiar with the HMS Surprise.
I think it's the boat from Master and Commander Far Side of the World.
Of course, I should have guessed it's from Master and Commander.
Oh, you know what we forgot to do, Makenna? We forgot to read an ad again.
We did.
we keep forgetting to read the ad in the middle of the episode instead of the end of the episode, so we'll do it now. If you didn't know, the show, we got a partnership with Audible. If you go to audible.com/trials/HBO Max, you can get a free audiobook on us. You get 1 month of Audible. Whether you like it or not, you get to cancel the membership and you still keep the book that you get from the trial. It's pretty neat. I like audiobooks a lot.
Mm-hmm. They're good.
I actually haven't picked a new book yet to read on my audiobook yet, so I'm currently empty right now. I finished the the Hank Green's book. I finished that.
Oh yes. Did you read the second one? I
haven't read the second one. It looks like there's a lot of characters in this one because the voice cast is huge for some reason.
Interesting.
It might have just been a problem with the credits.
Oh.
They might have just put all the producers and names in there, but there were like 5 actors on the voice list.
Oh, whoa. Oh.
And when a book does a big format change, like a book in a series, like all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, this is always told from like one character's point of view or whatever, and then one book all of a sudden is just like 4 character point of views. I'm like, stick to your format, right? So like, I don't know, we're going to this next book. There's a bunch of different characters I got to follow around after the first time. Well, they got 2, but I just don't like that when books do that.
Yeah, especially after it's not the first book, like.
Yeah, like I like you set it up in a series and then you just keep doing the thing. I don't need you to switch it all up.
Yeah, that's great. I'm looking forward to it. But books. I'm reading MASH right now.
Oh yeah?
Which is very good. I started it yesterday and I'm like a third of the way through it already. So it's
pretty short book, right?
It is a short book, yeah. And the font's big.
Quick read, yeah.
It's really nice. I would recommend listening to that. It's pretty much just like each chapter is just like a MASH episode. I mean, shorter.
I wonder who they got for the voice on the MASH audiobook.
I'm curious about
Get Alan Alda for that. I'll buy it right now.
Ooh, that'd be good. I would pick it up.
Ooh, they might not have it. There is MASH, an army surgeon in Korea, but I don't see a novel about 3 doctors.
Interesting.
Nobody's done it yet.
We
gotta get those rights. We gotta do the audiobook.
We gotta do it. Oh my god. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. That'd be really exciting. But yeah, go to audibletrial.com/HBO Max. All lowercase, case sensitive. Get a free audiobook. Help support us. It's a win-win all around.
Win-win.
Win-win. And with that, concludes the episode. Hold on, Jack. Is that the line? Don't let go.